Well, Disney literally just dropped their first trailer for the woke Little Mermaid film, the film that has already received a massive amount of backlash online, particularly because of the red flags that we have seen with them choosing to go woke over telling a good story. This is a problem that Disney has really suffered from a lot over the past few years, as we continue to see remake after remake, movie after movie that Disney puts out get completely ratioed on YouTube. So as you can see, that is exactly what is happening here with The Little Mermaid. It currently sits at 36,000 downvotes compared to 25,000 upvotes. This trailer honestly could have had having a worse ratio than the Pinocchio film, the woke Pinocchio film that they just put out on Disney Plus a little bit ago. And it's not going to get as bad as Rings of Power, but this is just yet another sign that people are sick and tired of the just slew of garbage that companies like Disney and Amazon continue to give us, because it's very evident, it's very clear that they have no intention of honoring the source material or telling a good story. The thing that they are most focused on are their political agendas, their political ideologies, and the woke messaging. So I haven't actually watched this yet. Let's go ahead and take a glance at this here. Wow, water. Water, guys. Lots of water. It's Crush! Cool. So, yeah, so that's, I guess we're just gonna see a lot of ocean and water and everything else. That's awesome. Okay. Alright, so do we actually get to see her in the trailer at all? Like, or is it just like, okay, there she is.
Wish I could
Now, I'm just going to say this right here, okay? I don't ultimately have a problem with black mermaids or anything like that, okay? That isn't what the root issue is here. The root issue is that we continue to see this happening with things like, you know, Rings of Power is a great recent example where we can look at that, we can see the things that were important to the producers and the showrunners for that. And now we see just how crappy of a show Rings of Power actually is, because they didn't actually focus on telling a good story. That wasn't the most important thing to the people that were creating the Rings of Power story. Compare that to Peter Jackson, who made Lord of the Rings, and the things that he found actually important, like, you know, a good story. So when it comes to things like this, okay, do I have a problem with black mermaids? No. Do I have a problem with black elves? Talking about Rings of Power? No. My problem is that you still have to honor the context of what these stories are taking place in. If you want to make an original film about a black mermaid, I don't care. Go for it. But, and I'm not the only one that feels this way. As you can see, just go back to like one of the first live action remakes that Disney put out, which was Cinderella, which came out, what was that, like 6 years ago or something? Actually, almost 8 years ago. Wow, that's insane. But as you can see, the reception for this was completely different. 176,000 upvotes compared to almost 10,000 downvotes. That is a massive, massive difference than getting completely ratioed. And that's because Disney's Cinderella actually was a story that tried to tell a good story in its remake. That's not what Disney is focused on anymore. All that Disney is obsessed about is their agenda, is their woke nonsense that they continue to push. So I don't have a problem with Hail Berry. That's not where my problem lies with all of this stuff. And that's how a lot of people feel about this. There's a lot of people that are out there that are even talking about this that are like, okay, I'm not racist or anything, obviously, but this is just another red flag of what Disney is actually finding important, and that is their messaging, their agenda, and everything else. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.